here's another one. Another interesting clip. Again, Joy Ann Reid. We're staying with the same content. Listen to what Joy Ann Reid says here. There's an amazing irony here that she would never understand, and that most Democrats would never understand. It's almost like you have to be outside of the party in order to understand how ironic what she just said was. Because the same situation took place only a few years ago. This is Joy Ann Reid and her cast not handling
rid of the problem, Jeff Sessions.
Not handling the Mueller, closing the case all that well. They're losing it. They're melting down, to put it mildly. Malcolm Nance had just talked about taking a march on Washington, talking about defend democracy, missing the point that it was the democratic process that put Mueller into position in the first place. And that if you're marching on anything, and if you don't care what's in the report, then you are throwing out the democratic order that you are screaming about defending. Just saying. Take a look at Joy Ann Reid. She's peddling another conspiracy theory. Her last one didn't pan out, so she's going to a new one.
So the one decent thing that he did was just recuse himself. This guy is not recused. It feels like the seeds of a cover-up are here.
Now think about what she's saying. The Barr didn't recuse himself. The one good thing, the only good thing Sessions has ever done in his miserable life is recuse himself. But this guy didn't recuse himself. And because he didn't recuse himself, this is Donald Trump's guy. Meaning Donald Trump owns the Justice Department at that point. And because Donald Trump owns the Justice Department, and this report is going through the Justice Department, it feels like seeds of a cover-up. Somebody's hiding something. They're weaving another conspiracy theory right off the bat. It's amazing. Go back a few years ago, and one Barack Obama puts in one Loretta Lynch because it's the president's discretion to put in the Attorney General. And in putting in Loretta Lynch, his previous Secretary of State was running in the democratic process. And that previous Secretary of State that was also put there by that same Obama that was running in the democratic process to be president just so happened to be corrupt. And so much so that the FBI was looking at her under the potential prosecution, meaning Hillary Clinton might have been perp walked. She might have gotten indicted. If it was anybody else, they would have been put under the prison. Hillary Clinton was given all sorts of deference in this. Comey comes up, gives this winding speech, telling one failure after the next, but finally ending up on nothing to see here, folks. Now, this was an Obama Justice Department under a Democratic president who this woman was running as Secretary of State. And simultaneous to this, Comey has come out and said that he was being pushed, saying that, she was trying to get him to talk about the case as a matter. It's not a matter. The FBI doesn't do matters. I was doing a criminal investigation. So he was being pushed. Lisa Page comes out later on, when we got to look at the tapes a few weeks ago, and makes the point that Loretta Lynch lied. She said she was going to take this, whatever comes up from the standpoint of the FBI, because she has a connection with the Clintons and she has a connection with the Obama administration. He put her in that office. And we find out that that wasn't quite true, that the FBI did try to push for charges. Justice Department pushed back. They weren't having it. They weren't having it. Page makes the point that, yeah, we actually did try to push. It wasn't that we didn't do anything. We were trying to get her on negligence. But the Justice Department wasn't hearing it. So take her model for the moment and pretend you're not a Democrat. And in pretending you're not a Democrat, look at it from the perspective of anybody that's not a Democrat. That looks gross. That looks magnificently corrupt. And then add to boot the people who are involved in making sure that Clinton got off also made sure that Donald Trump got on. They were the same people. They were working in the same cases. If I am outside of the party, which I am, and I'm looking at this, which I am, this looks corrupt to me. Now, Joanne Reid doesn't see any problem with this. And not only does she not see any problem with this, she can not see any problem with this and simultaneously look at the Trump administration with nothing else to go by at all, and say, yeah, man, there's the seeds of a cover-up that's starting here. Seeds of a cover-up. This is amazing, man. This is great video. This is awesome footage. I love this. I love this. They're losing it. They're falling to pieces. They're falling to absolute pieces. All right. I'm not going to keep this one long. I mean, these were kind of shorts. I just saw them, and I was giving my impression of the videos as they were coming up, because I love the fact that they're melting down. It's awesome. Absolutely awesome. All right, so I'm going to end this here. Anthony Reyes, great breakdown. Oh, thank you, Anthony. I think I like that one myself. Sometimes I do these, and I'm like, ugh, I don't like that video. This one, it makes sense. I like the way it came out, so I ended here. I will say this, though. They don't see what I just articulated. They don't look at it in those terms. Like, they look at it as the Obama administration was spotless. They would never do anything like that. And it's like, why do you believe they wouldn't do something like that? If they honestly believe that Donald Trump is a goddamn menace, that this is going to be for the presidency of the United States, that you have members of the FBI who looks at Trump and says, oh my God, he is horrible. How can we do something to stop him from getting into office? But they don't see any of this as being problematic. They just look over it because, oh, Obama would never do that. That's like McNamara. When they asked McNamara about, some of the killings where they were trying to kill Castro, and he's like, oh, the Kennedys would never do that. It's like, it was nonsense. They weren't trying to have Castro killed. Your personal relationship is not the same thing as what some of these people were willing to stoop to in order to win or maintain an office. In this case, they're Democrats. So they don't see any of this as being hypocritical at all, even though it's the exact same thing. In fact, the Clinton case is even worse than what is taking place here. So they have nothing to go on when they're spinning this. At the very least, with the Clinton stuff, you could see some nasty stuff taking place, and allowed her to get off. I'll leave this here because I said I was going to end this video. If you enjoy the content, please feel free to share, like, subscribe. You can always support this content if you find yourself coming back here often through PayPal or Patreon. We have a patron appreciation show. That's going to be tomorrow at 1 p.m. We have it every Sunday at 1 p.m. My wife and I. These shows have been awesome. And we've had a great time. We've had a great crowd. So I'll end this here. You will probably see me in a few minutes because I'm pretty sure there's going to be another video with somebody melting down. So I'll see you guys momentarily. Thanks all.